Well, San Francisco's mayor marking 100 days in office tomorrow, and we've already seen some major changes on how the city does business. Daniel Lurie laid out his accomplishments in a public address today, but not everyone has such a rosy outlook. Our Lauren Toms joins us live from City Hall right now with how business owners and fellow city leaders are grading the performance of the mayor. Hey, Lauren.
Well, just 3.5 months ago, Daniel Lurie stood right here delivering his very first address to the city as mayor. And with that came some bold promises: cleaner streets, safer neighborhoods, and a city that visitors want to return to. Now, 100 days on the job, he's celebrating some progress. But with a nearly $1 billion budget deficit hanging overhead, the uphill battle is only just beginning.
I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
Since taking that oath of office on January 8th, Mayor Daniel Lurie says the winds, or in this city, the fog of change, has only just begun.
Today is not a victory lap. It's a progress report.
In a speech marking his first 100 days as mayor, Lurie painted a picture as colorful as the Painted Ladies. Major conventions returning to town, long empty buildings finding new life, and signs that downtown's economic engine may be finding its rhythm once more.
And in a powerful turnaround, Zara, who announced they were closing their store just 1 year ago, is bringing a 4-story flagship to the corner of Post and Powell.
And a steep decline in car break-ins, part of a citywide drop in crime, down 30% compared to the same time last year.
We are trending in the right direction. Car break-ins, which account for more than half of all property crime in San Francisco, are at a 22-year low.
But not all are applauding every policy. His enforcement of a policy that limits unhoused families' time in shelters up to 6 months has faced pushback. Supervisor Jackie Fielder is working to double that timeline.
I have asked him to rescind this policy that is causing a lot of unnecessary chaos for families, for City Hall, for the department, again, having to review cases one by one, when we should be working on exits to permanent supportive housing.
But Lurie says shelter must remain a temporary solution while the city focuses on building long-term affordable housing. And just a few blocks away from City Hall on 6th Street, Lurie's efforts to tackle the fentanyl crisis and open-air drug markets are taking shape. Matthew Hoteling runs 54 Mint just off 6th Street. When we spoke with him back in November, safety was a major concern. Now he tells us he's been able to reopen lunch service thanks to the new administration's targeted efforts to clean up the area.
There has been really, really good days. There still are bad days, but the bad days are not as bad as they were before.
Walking down Jesse Street to get to the restaurant, key issues remain. The scent of bleach hangs heavy. Trash litters the sidewalk. But Matthew says he's seeing progress.
For us as a business and San Franciscans as wholes, we should really just work on changing the narrative of the city.
One block at a time, Lurie is celebrating change, however big or small.
And I'm going to keep walking and talking to people each and every day until public safety and public faith is restored.
With 3 months behind him, Lurie is betting that momentum can help restore San Francisco's reputation as a world-class city. Now, Lurie also used his speech to preview what comes next, a 24/7 intake center expected to open at the end of the month. That was a day one promise. We can also expect next month new legislation to streamline the permitting process. But what comes next won't be easy. That $840 million budget deficit is going to come with some tough decisions and could threaten some of the very programs that are now credited with helping the city turn a corner. Ryan?
100 days down. We'll see how the rest of the year plays out. Lauren Toms reporting live from City Hall.